We're starting a new series today where we're going to look at relationships. Today we're going to look at romantic relationships. Next week we're going to look at relationships as they relate to our dating partner side. Then we're going to look at relationships just globally like we done this morning, where we look at relationships with one another, relationships with siblings, and all of those things. But today we're going to look at romantic relationships. All right? Because that is an issue that most of us deal with because we don't know how to live outside of a relationship, right?
That's right.
So we find ourselves in them, and we find ourselves in unhealthy situations.
That's right.
So it says when people become sober, it opens up a world of possibilities. And that's what it do. Because our world is so limited when we're using. When we get clean, we get what they call options. And that's a wonderful thing, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It says they can now begin to rebuild their lives and get back many of the things that they have lost. But check this out. Romantic relationships can be a great source of happiness in sobriety. But they can also be a source of pain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Al Green said, love and happiness, right?
That's right. That's right.
All that stuff make you sometime want to what?
Do right. Do right.
And all that, right? I should sing it, huh?
Yeah. Oh.
But when we get into them too early, a lot of times they cause us pain.
That's right. That's right.
And we're going to look at what they say, because they tell us we should not get in one for a year, right? If we're in one, stay in one.
That's right.
All of that. But we want to look at the dynamics because we want to stop this pain from taking place with us.
That's right.
Because we can't stay sober in this pain. It said one of the worst things that an individual can do in early recovery is to jump head first into romance. Jumping head first means that I am in a feeling-only relationship with no logic, no intelligence. I'm just in love. Or they cute or whatever. It's like a childlike relationship. It's not an adult relationship. And so I ignore, as they say, all of the red flags.
Yeah.
You know, like we do around here. Two homeless people in love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, two homeless people
Yeah.
ought not be together, right?
That's right.
I ain't got no place to stay. You ain't got no place to stay. You know, that's good when you're 16. But at 45, right?
That's right.
It is strongly advised that we remain focused on themselves until their sobriety is strong. And we have to look at and define what strong in recovery is. If you have less than a year clean, then you don't have a strong sobriety.
That's right.
If you are still in an institution, you don't have a strong sobriety because it hasn't been tested by the world.
That's right.
It's one thing to stay clean in an institution. It's another thing to stay clean outside of one.
That's right.
That's why I don't believe in institutional sobriety days. You know, now you go, people say, I was in prison 5 years. I got 5 years clean time. Oh, okay. It was dope in prison. It ain't the same, man. It ain't the same. Now, you can count that if you want to. It's a difference
Yes, it is.
when you're out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you came in here and everybody gave their sobriety day. Yes, your sobriety day. You stay here 6 months, that's your sobriety. But it's a reason why they say 85% of people relapse within the first 90 days outside of treatment. Why? Because it's a difference between being clean in an institution than being clean when you have to deal with all of life.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense?
That's right.
Yeah. Being in treatment ain't really reality.
That's right.
That's not reality.
That's right.
Yeah. Somebody paying your bills for you. Cleveland was in there cooking. You ain't buy that.
No.
You know, hey, man, what time is chow? For me, I'm gonna have to go in my pocket.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I don't work, I don't eat, Mark, and that's how that go.
That's right.
Right? That's called being an adult. When you carry that weight, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a difference.
That's right.
It says once they are settled in their new life, they can then begin to consider sharing it with somebody else. Once we're settled in, that means that I done completed treatment and I done established myself on a job, I done got my own place and I'm stable and I done got myself together and now I got something to offer somebody.
Right.
Then I can start to consider
Yeah.
sharing it with somebody.
Yeah.
But we do it backwards, right?
That's right.
We don't have a life and we go out and get a boo.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
It's not how it goes.
You're right.
Said the importance of avoiding romantic relationships early in recovery. Says it is recommended that people who are still in the first year of their recovery should avoid beginning romantic relationships. Wonder why that is. Wonder why that is. Somebody help me. Why do you think they say stay out of a relationship the first year?
Too many feelings and emotions.
Too many feelings and emotions. Yes, ma'am.
Because you have to be able to find out who you are in the world out there before you can give yourself to somebody else.
Okay, my sister said I have to find out who I am before I can give myself to somebody else.
And then you would have to concentrate on your recovery. You got to concentrate on your recovery.
Okay. I have to concentrate on my recovery and not, because to start a new relationship takes up a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of energy, doesn't it? Yeah. You know, you've been in it a little while, you can be a little relaxed and you ain't got to do nothing, but people be expecting you to call them every day, come see me, do this and do that. I ain't got time to do that. I'm trying to fight for my life. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but you're more vulnerable to hurt.
Okay, more vulnerable to hurt in the first year. I like that, Nancy. It says this is because their priority needs to be staying in recovery. That my priority should be recovery. And it is hard to tell somebody that you are not a priority.
Right.
I don't know how it works with women telling a man that, but when you go and meet a woman and say, you know what, I like you, but right now you can't be a priority, but we can kick it. They don't believe it. Right?
That's right. That's right.
That ain't a good opening line, is it?
No.
Hey, you know, I want to talk to you. You sure looking good, but you can't be a priority.
Can't be a problem.
Because it's God first and this and this. You can be number 7, but let's kick it.
Yeah.
Would that work, ladies? No. Oh, okay. Now y'all got standards. And so, until I can make them a priority, I shouldn't be including somebody in my life, right?
Right.
Yeah. And right now, they can't be a priority. Not even the relationship that I'm in. If you in a relationship, it says stay in it. We'll talk about that a little later. But even that relationship can't be a priority.
Right.
Because it's my sobriety that's the priority.
That's right.
That's the most valuable thing that we have. Our relationship with God and our relationship with sobriety.
That's right.
If I don't get them two, because people leave anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny, the person that'll fight you to be number 1 in your life, then you put them number 1, then you fall off, then they want to leave.
Yes.
Well, that coming, you the one that insisted that I put you first.
Right.
You knew I was a dope fiend, then they say, you know what, hey Marshall, you should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's how it
Our people will trick us, brother, you know that?
goes. Right.
So it becomes your job to make sure your recovery is a priority. It says the first few months of recovery are often described as an emotional roller coaster because there is so much going on. See, what happens is when we come in, using drugs and alcohol is anesthesia. So you're not used to feeling anything.
Right.
So when you stop using, you start to feel again. It's like going to the dentist and they shoot you with that stuff and they say, well, okay, you feel anything? They tap around, you say no, then they go on and pull your teeth, right? Then they say, let me give you these pills because in a couple of hours, you're going to start to feel something.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so that's what drugs and alcohol are.
Wow.
It's the Novocaine and whatever else they put in, so we're not used to feeling.
That's right.
And so in a couple of months, you start to feel. And your feelings are everywhere. You love at a 10, you mad at a 10, everything. You see what I'm saying? And so you don't really like that person because you don't know. You just, they done said hi and you love them.
Wow.
You can't tell me I don't right?
Yeah, that's right.
Because your feelings are everywhere. Y'all know that?
Yes.
You feel everything intensely.
Yes.
And so you end up catching feelings behind somebody that you probably shouldn't catch feelings for. I just say it like that. Moving on quickly. So the last thing that individual will want to do will be to add the stress of a new relationship to the mix. It is going to take all of their attention to make it through the early parts of recovery.
Right.
And that's what it is.
Right.
And y'all, you're not going to die.
Yeah,
All right?
that's right. That's
You're
right.
not going to die.
That's right.
You can wait.
Yeah.
You ain't going to die for a year. You ain't. We're a little old. When the program first started, all of us, when I came through, we was in our early 20s or very, very early 30s.
Yeah.
Well, that was the issue then, Keith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the average age in here is 50 something.
Wow.
You ain't raising that much saying no way.
Wow.
Come on. Come on. Right? It's a difference between 25 and 55.
Yeah.
It's all up here, y'all. It's all up here. Emmy, you ain't raising no sand, man. You ain't kicking up no dust. You ain't kicking up no dust, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It changes.
That's right. That's right.
But in my mind, I am still who I used to be at 25.
Yeah.
And that's when I need to get that stuff straight and say, you know what? It's not, at 25, I could step to somebody,
Yeah.
and that's a little old. 25 is a little old to step to somebody with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're 45 and 55, you should feel uncomfortable
Right.
stepping to somebody
Right.
with nothing.
With
That's
nothing.
right.
Yeah. With nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I was in New York, you know, and I ain't got a car, you know, that's kind of normal.
Right.
Where you can say, let's go catch the L.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But in Dallas,
That's
it's
right.
kind of hard to
That's
say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna catch the bus to your house and then get you, and then we're gonna catch the bus to the movies.
That's
Right?
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Yes, yes.
That's kind of rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so I need to be saying, you know what, I'm gonna hold off
Yeah.
till I get me a car.
That's right.
Because I don't want to enter into the conversation and say, I don't have a car.
Yeah.
Come pick me up at the treatment center.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's what it was talking about, being settled. And so once I get my priorities straight, then I can get that stuff and I can get settled, then I can go and do it. Right? That makes sense?
That's right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's another reason why people are advised to avoid relationships in the first year is that they need to get to know themselves better before they choose a partner. See, if I don't know me, how am I going to choose a partner? Because I got to first find out what I like and what I dislike, what I need. I got to do what we talked about this morning. I got to get me some standards. You see what I'm saying? I got to figure out what's a deal breaker.
Okay.
What's important to me. And when I first come in, I don't even know that because I don't even know me. I know what I used to like.
Right.
That don't mean that this new guy that God is transforming me into will like the same thing.
That's right.
Hopefully he won't.
Right. Right.
Because there are some likes that I liked in a partner that's inappropriate today.
Today. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
What I liked in 1989 ain't necessarily what I like in 2019.
You're right, brother. That's right.
I got some different needs today.
That's right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. In 1989, it was me and you against the world, baby.
Yeah.
You know, me and my girl we wasn't, I guess we were homeless, but we always had a place to stay. We stayed in rooms. So it was a lot of mornings we got up. We didn't have our money for that evening, but we were okay.
Yeah.
I'm a booster, I'm a Robin, she's a booster.
Yeah.
So we're going to come up with hotel money and food money by the evening, and we're going to be shocked because she's going to steal us something to wear. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live like that today.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
I meet a girl, she's going to say, where you stay? I'm going to say, nowhere.
I don't stay nowhere.
But don't worry about it, baby. I know how to go and get it. We're going to have money for this evening.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, no. I kind of need to know where we're going to live today, tomorrow, the next day. I need more than a 24-hour cycle of stability.
Oh, my.
But I ain't the only one in here that lived on a 24-hour cycle. Any of y'all ever lived on a 24-hour cycle? Well, you know, just need to make it for the day. Care nothing about that. If we hit 300-400, we probably gonna spend all 300-400. And that was before crack. You know, we gonna wine and dine in big ball because you know what? In the morning, I can go get it again. I can't kick it like that today. I'm too old. That would bother me. You know what I'm saying? I need a little stability, man. Come on now. And so check this out. It says those individuals who get sober and rush into a relationship tends to make terrible choices.
That's right.
See, ain't that many earth people in the room so I can say this. Normally, people who are non-addicts, they are who they are. Okay? That's who they are. That's who they are. That's who they gonna be. You are on a rapid change process. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't get somebody that's a lot higher than you, just morally and all of that kind of stuff, you're gonna pass them up in the first year because you're changing. They ain't changing. Her people ain't changing. They all right. They are who they are. And then when you choose, I'm talking about non-addict people. And then 6-7 months, you look back at them people and say, damn, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? I didn't make a clear-headed decision with this. I should have waited because OB at 6 months ain't the same as OB at 1 year or OB at 2 years. And you see a lot of people with somebody that they wouldn't have chose if they would have waited a little longer.
That's right.
But we are loyal, and then I'm stuck in this situation, you know what I'm saying? Because I done booed up and procreated and got married, and now I don't necessarily like this person no more. You see what I'm saying? Because I did not wait. Don't mean that they addicts or whatever. It's just you are changing, you are growing. You need to kind of wait till you get to a point to where you have gotten to know you. And you're not changing so rapidly. After a while, we become who we are. You know, by the time you get to about 3-4 years, you pretty much, that's who you are. Don't mean you ain't gonna change a little bit, but it won't be as rapid. In that first 2 years, changes is rapid, man. You become whole another person. You know, your life changed like a lot. It said they may try to use romance as a replacement for alcohol and drugs. That happens too, y'all. When we come in here, it's a void that God leaves on the inside of us.
Yeah.
Okay? That can only be filled by Him.
Yeah.
And so we try to fill that void that's left with drugs and alcohol with other people.
That's
No,
right.
that's not for other romantic relationship. That's for God
Yeah.
and service to be
Yeah.
filled with.
Yeah.
Not with another person.
That's
You
right.
see what I'm saying?
That's right.
They can't fill that void.
That's right.
You'll wear them out trying
Yeah.
to get them to fill a void that God is supposed to fill because they're not God.
That's not God.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that works both ways. And so you'll become a needy person because that hole inside of you is too big.
Wow.
We wear people out. Y'all done heard people tell you that you know, you a lot, you a whole lot. How many of y'all done been called a whole lot before? You a whole lot. Because you were trying to get them to fill a void
Yeah.
that was for God to fill. And you were wearing them out, wearing them folks to death.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, whoo, you a whole lot. You got too many needs, got too many wants.
Yeah.
You wearing me to death.
Yeah.
All they are really doing is substituting one addiction with another. Until the individual has managed to build a strong recovery, they will be vulnerable in a new relationship. And what that means is, see, when I'm in that stage of vulnerability, then at any moment I line to relapse.
Yeah.
That's why we be in this cycle. Even those of you all who are married or in relationship, you need to tell those people, I need to step away. It don't mean I need to get out of the relationship. I just need to step away because I need to focus on me.
Oh yeah.
And that sounds like a real selfish act for somebody who have made a commitment to somebody.
Right.
But you have to, because one, I'm tired of hurting you, and I'm tired of taking you on this roller coaster with me of staying clean for a few months and falling off, staying clean for a year and falling off. I need to step away and get myself together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what this is talking about. I don't want to be vulnerable. I need to be stable. Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
And that takes a minute. That takes a minute, as y'all say.
Yeah.
Let me hear it. It says, when people are addicted to alcohol or drugs, it puts a strain on their relationship.
Quick question, sir. What's the address of the house on the corner? Do you know?
Ain't no number on there.
I think it's 10:30. You see,
10:30 died?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Okay. The water department needs to know.
I couldn't give it to you. I couldn't give it to you.
Continue, sir.
Earth people.
house.
Earth people.
Earth people.
Earth people. Yeah.
When we are addicted to alcohol and drugs, it puts a strain on their relationship. Their partner will have been harmed by the substance abuse. You see that? That what we need to, that's what we're going to look at next week. We're going to look at the harm that we have caused others with our addiction. We're going to look at relationships, but we're going to look at the harm that we have caused others. That's why we need to step away from the relationships we're in and start any new one, because what I am saying is, I don't want to hurt you no more. And I don't want to hurt any more new people.
That's right.
So until I get myself together, I'm going to put a pause on that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hurt you.
That's right. That's right.
Because until I get stable, I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
You need to be honest. Let's just can we have a moment of honesty? I ain't going to ask you to say that. I just want you to think about it.
Yeah.
Think about what kind of addict you are. And when you are turned loose, are you dangerous to people?
Wow.
Then you shouldn't want to be with nobody until you done got that under wrap. Because I'm dangerous. I'm going to tear a woman up. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I'm taking everything. Everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Mel with me, a whole nother person. Let me tell her. She come home, I take the whole house off I sell the whole house.
whole house. Yeah.
and have it move. He come in won't be nothing but a vacant lot.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Yeah, man.
That's who I am.
Oh, yeah.
Everything must go.
Everything must go.
Everything must go.
Yes,
Cause I don't stop until my body gives out
Yeah.
or those people lock me up.
yes.
Me too.
Yes.
That's the only way. I pass out
Me
Yeah.
too.
or I get locked up.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Or I don't stop.
No, stop.
No,
Alligator.
I ain't some of y'all that go and smoke
Yeah.
a little bit and come run back.
Yeah. I can't do that.
No way.
Yeah.
My body give out
Everything. I fall out.
or I get locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I know that,
Yeah.
and if I have any compassion in my heart, why would I put that on somebody else? Why would I involve somebody I love or some potential person in that?
Yes. Yes.
This is a belief. This ain't true. This is a belief. This right here is an Obiism. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right? This is an Obiism. Just like it is illegal to have HIV and not tell somebody and have unprotected sex with them, you go to jail for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think y'all start locking junkies up for starting new relationships and hurting people.
Yes. Yes.
That would be a felony.
Yeah.
What you done, they'll lock you up. You gotta send you to the penitentiary.
I'll lock you up.
That's for the
Yeah.
pen.
I'll lock you up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Because we lie. Now, if we tell them the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God, and they choose to do it anyway, then they have a right to get tore up.
Right.
Yeah, from the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't, right?
We don't tell.
Yeah.
You know, if it come up, we say, oh, you know what, praise God. I done
Yeah.
put this behind me.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. I've been delivered and I've been set free. You know? Ain't working nobody program. And then we hurt them people.
That's right.
Yeah,
Right?
we do.
Because we were lying.
Yes. Yeah.
Y'all know that.
Yeah.
Did you tell the truth?
No.
You lied?
I lied.
See, he ought to be in jail, shouldn't he?
I should lie.
She said, yeah, he ought to be in jail. Because now once your feelings get involved, you just can't get out. Now I'm caught up.
Yeah.
That's
But if he would have told you the whole truth, you probably would have made another decision. You in it now, you love him, and you stand, right? But had you knew all of it
yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
you'd have threw rocks at him, wouldn't you?
Rock.
Get with it. Get with me. I fell off, I'm sorry. Their partner will have been harmed by their substance abuse, and it can take a long time for these wounds to heal. And that's the part I want y'all to see. And now that I've hurt these people, now they messed up.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And when I go back home, I got to deal with the pain that I caused.
Yeah.
Or we will go out and get somebody who've already been hurt by life.
Okay.
And we got to deal with the pain we caused and the pain that somebody else caused.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Whether it was their parents, whether it was another relationship they were in, and that is, see, relationships, let me say it this way. Relationships are ministry.
Okay.
Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
Because when you take on a partner,
Yeah.
you take on all of their stuff, and it becomes your responsibility to be a minister in healing their wound.
That was right. Yeah.
That's why they say marriage is your first, what? Ministry.
That's right. That's right.
And a lot of times we don't want to do ministry. That's what you're evaluating. You're evaluating how broken are you, and am I equipped to deal with the ministry of helping you to heal.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, I need to walk away and say, you know what? Your issues are a little too deep for me. Because I can't minister to you in that way.
Right.
Your needs are too great. Your brokenness is too deep for me.
Oh.
Now God got somebody for everybody. I believe that.
Yeah.
But it may not be for you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why we need to be honest. I tried to be as honest as I could with my wife and tell her, now this is who I am.
Right.
I'm a little different. I've been clean for a while, but you know, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, with caution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
Yeah.
you know, from what y'all say, it's still something wrong with me.
Yeah.